August 27th, 1896. 9 am. 5 British warships lie in the harbour, cannons pointed at a royal palace. Inside resides a man who made a consequential decision. Outside, the colossal British Empire stands poised. In 40 minutes, it would all conclude. This is the narrative of the shortest war in history, a conflict that lasted less time than your lunch break. To comprehend this war, we must first journey to Zanzibar, a small island. During the 1800s, Zanzibar thrived as a major trading hub, attracting ships from Arabia, India, and Europe for spices, ivory, and, tragically, enslaved people. By the late 1800s, British and German interests converged in East Africa, culminating in the 1890 Heligoland-Zanzibar Treaty. This treaty divided the region, placing Zanzibar under British control, transforming an ancient sultanate into a protectorate. The British hastily installed Sultan Hamad bin Thuwaini, a compliant leader amiable to British interests. This situation remained stable until disaster struck. On August 25, 1896, Sultan Hamad suddenly collapsed and died without warning or explanation. The British were taken aback, but the real shock came shortly thereafter. His nephew, Khalid bin Bargash, entered the palace and proclaimed himself the new Sultan of Zanzibar. The issue? British approval was required for succession under the Protectorate Treaty, and Khalid was not their chosen candidate. He opposed British control and was willing to stand against their demands, qualities the British despised. Speculation arose that Sultan Hamad may have been poisoned, possibly by Khalid himself, an assertion that, while unproven, fueled British anger. They issued one clear command: Khalid must leave the palace without delay. Instead, Khalid fortified his stance, gathering nearly 3,000 supporters, including soldiers and palace guards. He prepared artillery around the palace and armed the royal yacht HHS Glasgow in the harbour. Meanwhile, the British escalated their presence, deploying more ships and marines, culminating in 5 Royal Navy vessels ready to unleash firepower on the palace. By August 26th, the British formally issued an ultimatum: surrender by 9 a.m. the next morning, or face military action. That night, witnesses noted an unsettling stillness, a prelude to the storm. At 8 a.m. on August 27th, with an hour remaining, Khalid attempted to negotiate. The British flatly refused, demanding total surrender. Khalid, incredibly, believed the British would not fire upon them. He was gravely mistaken. At 9 a.m., the British gave the order to attack. Merely 2 minutes later, the first cannon fired. The eruption of cannon fire resounded across the air as 5 warships unleashed hell upon a palace ill-equipped for such an assault, primarily constructed of wood and plaster. It succumbed swiftly, engulfed in flames as Khalid's artillery was obliterated. Supporters scattered amidst the chaos. In the harbour, the royal yacht Glasgow attempted to resist, but was sunk within minutes, a mere mast remaining to haunt the waters for years to come. In just 38 minutes, nearly 500 Zanzibari soldiers and civilians were killed or wounded. On the British side, merely 1 sailor was injured. This was not a war, it was a one-sided massacre. By 9:40 a.m., a white flag was raised amidst the ruins, marking the end of the shortest war in recorded history, with a total duration of just 38 minutes. But what became of Khalid? As his palace burned, he fled to the German consulate, knowing the British could not breach German territory. The British demanded his extradition, but the Germans refused. On October 2nd, under the cover of darkness, German sailors clandestinely smuggled Khalid out of Zanzibar to mainland Tanzania. He remained in exile for years. It wasn't until 1916, during World War I, that he was ultimately captured by British forces. Later sent to the island of St. Helena, where Napoleon had once been exiled. Eventually, he returned to East Africa, where he passed away quietly in 1927. Meanwhile, the British installed their preferred sultan, Hamoud bin Mohammed, who swiftly abolished the slave trade in Zanzibar, likely having noted the fate of the last sultan who defied British authority. Today, Zanzibar stands as a stunning semi-autonomous island off Tanzania's coast. Its historic port city, Stone Town, the site of the former palace, is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Tourists traverse the same narrow streets marking the British Marines' march in 1896. The remnants of that fateful morning linger, with bullet marks on older buildings. The Anglo-Zanzibar War of 1896 may have lasted just 38 minutes, yet it obliterated a palace, curtailed a sultanate's independence, and irrevocably shaped the island's future. Minutes. Less time than an episode of a TV show, less time than halftime at a football game. Often history moves slowly, yet at times it can unfold in a mere 38 minutes. If you found this story intriguing, subscribe for more forgotten chapters of history that the world has almost forgotten. New video every week.